Morning guys, it's Darren the window cleaner at Green Pro Clean Limited, window cleaning in Nottingham and Derbyshire. Today's video is either about A, clearing the air, or B, starting an all-out riot. One or the other, but what the heck, eh? Now, in a recent video I spoke about detailing, and having a background prior to window cleaning in automotive detailing, to me, detailing is absolutely everything. It's not you clean the glass and, oh well, you didn't have to wipe around the edgy bits, so that's zero detailing. It is, if you've closed out, whether you close out to the side, as is my preferred technique, and in my opinion the best way to do it, the best way to do it, or whether you close out to the bottom, you still leave drips of water around the frames, the seals, so on and so forth, and this needs to be mopped up. That, in my opinion, is detailing. That is how it is done. I started window cleaning only a decade ago. Well, hell no, it's actually 11 years now. So to many out there, I'm a complete and utter noob. To others out there, I've been in the game for a decade and they're just starting out, so I'm a seasoned pro. Take it as you will, whichever you prefer to. However, it appears that I've offended some people with my thoughts about the so-called zero detailing squeegees, excuse the air quotes, being... what did I describe them as? Zero detailing nonsense. That's the word I described them as. Zero detailing is nonsense. And because, in my opinion, it is. Because you still need to wipe up the frame and the sill. Whether or not you need to go around the edges afterwards of the glass, to me, is of no relevance, because you still need to get a cloth and wipe the frame and the sill. Now, when I was the person that taught me how to clean windows, nasty piece of work, nasty Irishman, whom... to this day I still remember, back home in Jersey. However, the one thing he did was he taught me, once again, in my opinion, the best way to clean a window, how to clean a window properly. And that is that you do the window, as in the glass. So you do the window, you do the frames, the whole edges around the window, and you do the sills, the window sill of course, and then the doors, so front and back. And that was the service. That's how I was trained to provide a service. And so all I have ever offered to a client is that service, cleaning the windows, the frames, the sills and the doors, top, bottom, front, back, all the way around, Mrs. Smith. And I've had it in the past from customers where I've said to them, okay, the price would be 15 quid, 18 quid, 20 quid, whatever it is, for cleaning all the windows, frames, sills, doors, top, bottom, front, back, all the way around, Mrs. Smith. And I've had them turn around and say to me on the odd occasion, it's happened maybe 4 or 5 times I can recall, oh, well, how much would it be if you only cleaned the glass? Which to me is a bit balmy. That just doesn't sort of register in my head. And I explain to them, I say to them, look Mrs. Smith, we don't do that. You know, that's like washing the car and not cleaning the wheels. You know, so the price is the price, and that is for the full service. And also because I can't send staff out to do 10, 15, 20 jobs in a day, and oh, okay, those 9 you're going to do all the windows, frames, seals, doors, but that next one you're going to just do the glass, because at some point they'll forget and they'll do all the frames and everything, and I won't be getting paid for it if I've knocked the price down. So why would I? The service that I want to offer is windows, frames, seals, doors, top, bottom, front, back, all the way around. And so that is the service that I do offer, and there is no alternative service. And the customer has a choice of, they can accept that, or they can take their business to another window cleaner. That is entirely their prerogative. So that's my thoughts on detailing. And whether or not it is the Moerman squeegee, or whether it is the Unger S Channel Plus, or I forget what they call the Ettore one out. I think Ettore do have one out. So regardless of which squeegee it is you're using, that is why, in my opinion, once again, just my opinion, zero detailing is nonsense. So there you have it. That's the long and the short version of it. So to anybody that's been upset by this, to anybody that's feeling I'm a bit of a keyboard warrior and a nasty piece of work, and you know, dropping hints about whether I turn up at the cleaning show or not, I apologise if I've offended your sense and sensibilities. I'm also going to cover the topic of trad work in depth, because we do very little trad work. Well, I'm not going to cover it in depth, but I'm going to say my tuppence worth on it. We do very little trad work these days. We do some internal trad work, We have a couple of stately homes where there's places where we can't access some lower windows that we do trad. We don't do any pole work. We don't do anything like you're watching Poles and Blades doing with his big long poles up there doing the upstairs windows. And we don't do any of that. We have done and we can do when we do shopping centres, etc. We do okay, yeah. So in that instance, we do a bit of pole work. But what I mean is on residential houses, we're not doing any pole work like that. We are 99.9% water-fed pole. We are totally ladders free. Somebody commented that I have spoken derogatorily, if that's even a word. If it's not, I've just invented it, about traditional window cleaning in the past. No, I haven't. All I've ever said is that traditional window cleaning has its place. However, in modern window cleaning, where you do the windows, with the water-fed pole stuff, trad is rapidly starting to die out, and that's just a fact. And I would be happy to see traditional window cleaning on ladders totally banned. I would be so happy to see that. And that's not because I'm a water-fed pole window cleaner and, oh yeah, well, if I get rid of the ladders, then I can take all their... Oh, bollocks. Pardon my French, any kiddies watching. There is millions of houses out there for us to pick and choose from. There is plenty of love to go around. So, it's not about competing for your work. I don't want to see you up a ladder because I don't want to see you laying at the bottom of it. And all this, I've worked up ladders, man and boy, 30 years, blah, 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 I was a man's man. Jog on, mate. It's called an accident because that's exactly what it is. It's an accident. And one day, shit happens. It just takes that to go wrong. And that's all it is I don't want people up ladders because I don't want to see, what could happen, what has happened, what still does happen. And that's the only thing I'm against treading tops on. If you want to be purely a trad window cleaner and get out there and do all your trad work, then watch Poles and Blades. Watch his videos. There's a few others out there. Chris Dorber, I think it is, Wagger, he used to call himself. He also does a lot of pole work on the tops. And yeah, do it that way and explain to the customer that, sorry, I'm not going to climb a ladder. But that's really all I want to see. I don't want to see people up and down ladders. But trad has its place, absolutely. I started out as a traditional window cleaner. I spent 6-7 years climbing ladders, 150 times a day up and down a ladder. Yes, I've fallen off a ladder twice in my career, and touch wood, both times I got to walk away. And yes, both times was through my own stupidity when I knew better and I shouldn't have bloody done it. But so I hope this clears the air to some degree. I am not at all insulting traditional window cleaning. I love traditional window cleaning, but to me, I'm not in love with the idea of being a window cleaner. I'm in love with the idea of making money, and the most profitable way to make money is water-fed pole, the whole damn thing. And you see people sitting there going, oh, which is faster, WFP or trad? Total nonsense, mate. You could come along with your trad pole any day of the week. I've got my £50 note sitting right here. Well, I don't have a £50 note, so it'll have to be 2 20s and a 10. But I've got 50 quid right here that says there is no way you can trad a typical property in the same time that we can water-fed pole it. It's just not possible. Whether or not you're doing that with your Harris poles, with your squeegees on the end, or whether you're doing it by putting a ladder up and down, just not possible. But we're not talking about just the glass here either, lads, before you turn up and think you're just going to crank out some top glass. No, you've got to do it the way we do it. The windows, the frames, the sills, the doors, the whole 9 yards, and leave them to dry to a finish that we leave them to dry to. So anyway, hope that clears the air a little bit. As I say, I'm in love with making money, not in love with window cleaning. I don't care how the windows get cleaned as long as they're cleaned, but I do care about our industry and my fellow tradesmen, and I don't want to see you laying at the bottom of a ladder. So I hope that clears the air a bit. Anyway, thanks for watching, comments, and I'm sure there's going to be a few on this one. Bang them in the box below as always, guys. If you like what we do, then please do subscribe. Oh yeah, I'd like to finish up with a note on Mowerman, and hello to Mowerman. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. You've just subscribed to my channel, so thanks for that. I have in the past, in the early days of Mowerman squeegees, stated that I don't like them, and that was simply because, as I say, there is no squeegee out there yet that provides zero detailing on classical residential houses. And once again, in my opinion. But also I find the Mowerman, which some of you will love, very light. It's a very light squeegee. I just like a bit more of a brick when I'm using a squeegee. And I don't mean a squeegee with a brick, I mean a heavier, you know, like the stainless channels of Unger, so on and so forth. So once again, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. Any comments in the box below. Andy's back in the van, so I better look like I'm actually doing some work, yeah? And I shall catch you all later. Thanks for watching.